Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Dewi and this is my brother.
Oh,
And today we're here to talk about more Warhammer,
Yes.
specifically the recent news in the narrative with Titus.
and the 500 Worlds campaign.
Becoming the captain of the second company of Ultramarines, and also give more of an update on where
On
we
our
are
new
to
models.
models. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into it. So first of all, let's talk about really the narrative with Titus becoming the captain
Yes.
again.
So the 500 Worlds campaign is going to be the one that ends off 10th edition with a series of 4 books telling the story. And obviously Titus is being promoted back up to the captain of the second company.
Yeah.
Since he got demoted after Leandros had
Snitched on him.
Yeah. So, and he's got a new model, funny enough.
Yeah.
Where he's got like the cape, and it looks way better than his old one. Because his old one was very basic, and this one like has a cape and everything.
Yeah, I really do like the design. They used the whole thing to promote their newest like model of him and like his squad as well.
Yeah.
And really the narrative of going is reclaim the 500 worlds, because it's what really Gulliman wants after he's been asleep. Well,
Yes, because they lost the 500 worlds of Ultramar while Gilliman was having a nap.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. So that's quite cool. I like that. I think there was like 4 books they said they're bringing out to sort of explain the narrative. So can't wait to see that. And also the newest models books. It wasn't just Titus as well. There were other models to talk about, because there were actually some new Necron ones. There was that one, because they literally was the one. It was the leader of the Destroyers curse.
Yeah, the first Necron destroyer, and apparently the source of the Necron destroyer curse. And apparently the Silent King has buried any and all information about him. This is the first time that even the Necrons have heard about him.
Looks really cool. I like his design, because he is literally a mixed mash of different types of destroyers.
He's got
the Skullpex destroyers. You've got the Locust destroyers and stuff like that. You've got the Ophidian destroyers. Yeah, there's loads of different types of destroyers.
He's even got
mishmashed together. Like, an abomination.
He's got like the massive claws as well that's associated with the flayed ones.
Yes,
which was very interesting.
I like these tentacle thing or tail things that are coming out of him as well. So no, he looks pretty decent, and I imagine his movement's quite up there as well, given the fact that he doesn't have legs. He has like the sort of tail thing.
As the Ophidian destroyers have.
Yeah, and they have a movement of 10, I believe. So I imagine he'll be quite fast, and he's a lord as well, so we'll be able to put with him with any of the destroyers, which I think is quite cool.
Yeah, should be.
You also have a new Tyranid unit.
Yes, the Tyranid Prime, which is basically just this guy, but without his wings.
And a whip instead, the lash whip.
Yes, the lash whip. And basically what a lot of people are thinking is that this is going to be showing the new Tyranid Warrior models that have been rumoured to being made for a while now.
Yeah.
Since they've updated the Raveners, they might update the Warriors, which would be very interesting, and he's probably just going to be with them. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Can't speak much on him, because he's literally just the winged Tyranid Prime, but without wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does look really cool.
Must have some kind of ability, maybe, that makes him stand out from the other one. I'm not too sure, but
I would imagine so, yeah. But
you had also other models as well of the Tau, I think, as well, and also was there an Orc one as well, I think?
Yeah, there was one Orc one, I'm pretty sure, and there might have been an Eldar one, or maybe that's a Tau.
But I know we care about these ones, don't we? That's why we're talking about them so much. But yeah, I think it's cool. It's very interesting that Acheran has been killed off.
Died to a Gene Stealer cult.
Yes.
Which is very interesting, seeing as apparently it was an untold amount of Gene Stealers. So that planet was probably well underway for a Tyranid invasion if there were that
many. But he did stop it, and when the reinforcements came through, they saw him, on the floor. And that's really how Titus has become the second captain, is because of his death. And he's now tasked with reclaiming the 500 world. So I can't wait to see the narrative on that.
You would have thought, though, with someone who was as big of a character as he was in Space Marine 2, you would have actually seen him die.
Yes. Who knows, maybe something like that would be told maybe at some point, either in like a Hammer Bolter type thing, I don't know. But I like to think, he is such a big character in Space Marine 2 that you would want to see his final stand.
Yes, against the Gene Stealers.
Like him on a mound, like just just boltering away, all these gene sealers coming at him, trying to stop him and stuff. I think he deserves some kind of
send off.
Yeah, to see him really go out in a blaze of glory. But no, I can't wait for the narrative and see how that progresses through. And see what happens really in terms of trying to take the 500 worlds.
I wonder if Leandros is going to be involved in any way.
He's probably thinking to himself, "Oh crap!" Because now this guy who I basically snitched on and gave him crap to is
right back to where he was in the beginning. So I accomplished nothing.
Yeah. So I think we haven't heard the last of Leandros, and hopefully
probably not. He'll probably be in Space Marine 3.
Yeah, probably. But no, I can't wait to see more of the story on that. And in say Space Marine 3, I think the story will carry on in there as well.
There's also a new Necron Combat Patrol coming out, isn't there, with the destroyers?
Yes, there is. Not out yet though, but it will be coming out at some point. Because obviously got a lot of Necron stuff coming out next year, like the Nightbringer, who is the Catan god.
Yes.
And also there's that thing that we had a couple of months ago of that kill team, the Tomb Crawler.
Oh yes.
The Tomb Crawler, it's like the Plasmacyte Warrior one. It's I can't remember the bleeding name of it, but there's another squad of them.
That's interesting. The
Geomancer.
Original destroyer that we were talking about just now, wanting to bring back the Catan Shard of the Nightbringer, bring back to
that is the goal. That's why I think Sarah, he tried to stop the Destroyer Curse because he wanted to stop them from reforming a full-on Catan god,
which is probably why we're getting this new model.
Yeah, so that could be interesting. There's loads of factions for every. There's a lot of sub-factions for every faction. You've got your loads of, different types of Leviathan fleets for Tyranids. I got loads of dynasties. But having this other one now with a Destroyer Curse, I think, trying to bring back a Catan god in full is going to be quite mind-blowing. So that's it, the story. Can't wait for it. So it's time to talk about now a bit on the update on the models. So we'll probably go backwards and forwards. And talk about more of the recent ones we've done. So at the front here, I'll start off with my squad of Wraiths, which I do like the design of, and I think they are quite fast. They are fast. They've got a movement of 10. They can be led by a Technomancer.
Yeah.
Well, I do have actually, but I didn't want to put too much into this. But their range is not too bad. The one I've given them is has got a no, it hasn't got a pistol. I'm thinking of the melee, but. Their range is not too bad. Got the pistol perk with them, so they can fight back even when being shot at, I believe.
Yes.
And the melee I've chosen, I think, is the better one, because you did have this one with the whip ability, the coils, but I've gone with these ones. I like the armor piercing that they give off.
It does look pretty cool. Do you want to hold it up to the camera so we can see it better? Yeah, that looks really cool. I really like the golden faceplates.
Yeah, I've given this that. Well, I'd say I've done this in the Nylak dynasty.
Yeah.
So, which I am actually quite a big fan of, to be honest. I've only done 3 dynasties so far. And the first one I did was the Saracen dynasty.
Yeah.
Which is like the bronze one. And obviously going with Sarek, the Silent King. This one is the Nylak. She's got like the teal blue with the
gold.
The gold, yeah. And and then the third one, which I've recently, which I'll be showing in a bit, is the Saltec dynasty, which is Immortex. So over to you. What have you been working on?
I've just brought my gargoyles for this one, which is, I think, one of the latest models I've done. And I really like it. Yes. The wings were definitely way more fun to paint than I expected. Because with the Leviathan ones, you're meant to put like this sort of light pink wash over them. And you have to do 2 coats for the wings. And the gun as well.
And what Leviathan fleet is this?
High Fleet Leviathan.
Right. Oh, right. Sorry.
And I really like it because you're meant to have like Cadian flesh tone or something for the wings. But I saw a tutorial video where we'll just do 2 pink washes on the wings. And it gives this really cool effect, which I think I actually prefer to the Cadian flesh tone look. So yeah, I think these were some of the most fun I've had painting the models, these gargoyles, which is why I would like to get more of them.
Yeah, they look really good. I do like the wings.
Yeah.
And how you shaded them off.
Well, they've got a movement of 12, and they can move 6 inches after they've shot if you're not within engagement range of them. Just a shame that they've got a save roll of 6 and
so any
very
other
weak.
piercing will make them basically guaranteed roll.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they look really cool, to be honest. I do like the wings. The wings, I think, stand out quite a lot for me. I think you've done a good job with them. And how you've, like, aged the wings.
Thank you. So
this is actually probably definitely one of my more recent ones I've worked on, because I haven't done this dynasty before yet, which was the Command Battle Barge. And as I said before, this was in Imhotep, the Stormlords dynasty, the Sortek dynasty. This one was definitely a bit of a get to...
because of all that edge highlighting?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I'll hold up to the camera first. So, essentially with this one, I had to basically go over it all. I primed it all in black. Then I had to Caliban green. Then had to null oil that down so it gives it even more of a darker green look to it. After that, then came the real fun part, which I needed to go in every single recess.
And highlight them as well?
Yeah, but it wasn't like right inside the recess. It was actually
on the
edge of it. With a very tiny brush. So I had to use Warpstone Glow. And then on the very tips of those recesses, I had to use Mood Green. But no, I definitely say I do like the finish on this.
I like the Overlord. I think the Overlord's really cool.
Yeah, like commanding like his 2 pilots, like this way, go forwards, because he does have a resurrection orb as well. I do like the utility he brings, because there were 2 options for this or the Annihilation Barge, and I chose this one because the utility he can bring with the resurrection orb, anyone within 6 inches he can bring back with D6
instead of being tied down to a specific squad.
Yeah, with D6 reanimation protocols instead of D3. But no, I'm really happy with him, and yeah, I'm hoping to do more of this paint scheme in the future.
Yeah.
So, what have you got next?
Winged Tyranid Prime. This was actually one of my first models, so it's not as good as the other 2, but I did go back and I gave him red claws as opposed to the like Thunderhawk blue that I gave him before. But even though he's one of the older models, while I do think I could have improved on him now a lot more, I do still really like him. Again, I think the red claws have definitely helped now, making him look more like the Tyranids look in Space Marine 2, which is why I've given most of mine red claws now. And I like his little helmet there. And obviously, as I said before, he's one of my first units, so I've got to like him. And I also gave him this little log on his base to make it look like a tree or something has fallen down. And obviously the wings give him a movement of 12, which is very handy. And he can also lead Gargoyles and Tyranid Warriors, which is, I mean, he'll never go with the Gargoyles, because then...
You put him once with the Gargoyles, though? Just once, like one of your very first ever matches?
I put him with the Gargoyles once, but I quickly realised he's better with the Tyranid Warriors, because he just slows the Gargoyles down by actually giving them a fighting chance. Or more accurately, the Gargoyles slow him down. So, yeah, I really like him. I did dry brush it with Corax White, I think, and I meant to dry brush it now with Genestealer Purple, but I don't think that changes much. He still looks pretty cool, I think. And, yeah, so I really like him.
Yeah, it looks really cool. For one of your very first ever models, he does look really, really good. And you have gotten him down to the recesses, because you can see, like, all the little, like, bony, fleshy bits into his arm and stuff that you've got down into there.
Though it could have probably been better, because they just kind of go over him with all.
Do you think you'll ever go back to him one day again if you think you need touching up in some places, or you've learned other new techniques?
I have gone back with him recently with the red claws. However, I would like to go back over the whole model, but I've already done the base, so the paint would just get on the base and stuff.
You can always redo the base, or if you're just very careful. I know, I mean, just see how you go in the next, months or years, how you develop, No, looks really good. So
now your last one.
Yeah, so this one, I can't remember how long ago this one was. This one has probably been the longest one to do, possibly. Although saying that they probably took about the same amount of time, the Command Battle Barge, and this thing, the Doomsday Ark, which has a lot of firepower. So again, I've done this in the Nylak Dynasty.
Takes up nearly the whole screen.
I know, I'm going to try and rotate it in a way so I can just try and show somewhat all the sides to it. But yeah, again, I've done this one in the Nilak Dynasty. Really happy with it. It's got a lot of firepower.
Yes.
As I definitely wanted to get this one done because I realised I needed more stronger units on the field to deal with all your monsters like your Tervagon and stuff like that to deal with. But no, I enjoyed this one. I like the design on it. Got good mobility. The damage it does is phenomenal. And even these little guns on the side as well, the Gauss blasters, they do...
Yeah, like anti-infantry sort of thing.
Yeah, so they got good infantry damage on it as well. But with the console that you've got here, I mean, it came in 3 sections. You had like the pilot seat, which was with the crescent bit, the rib cage, and then the cannon in between the ribs.
Which is almost the size of your Doomstalker.
Yeah. It's actually, it's got a bigger cannon than the Doomstalker one, but it does actually do 1 more armor piercing or 1 more damage than the Doomsday Stalker's cannon, actually. But it is also worth more on the field as well. But no, I really like this one, and definitely the most chunkiest unit I've got on there at the moment in terms of my army.
Yeah.
So that is it for my area.
Well, since you're saying that you've got the... like your chunkiest unit, I brought mine, the Tervagon. Now I could have either made him and the Tyrannofex, and I realised in retrospect I probably should have made the Tyrannofex, seeing as that's the one that's in every single Tyranid army list. But this guy's still very useful. I gave him the Crushing Claws, who's got the same melee as Old One Eye, and obviously he can bring back Termagant, which is pretty cool, and red spikes there, and I also gave him a log because he is in lore massive, so he would dwarf things like trees and just step over them. And I do really like this mod. He was very fun to paint, and it was also one of the first times that I had experimented with I can't remember the exact name, but it was the same purple that I used on this. But instead of covering the whole model, I did specific areas like the flesh goop stuff connecting his limbs or his pincers on the side of his face or his tongue. So he was a very interesting model to paint, very fun. Actually, I think the funnest part was painting the sack thing that the gaunts come out of.
Yeah, it's got a lot of detail to it, and you've got like a little green little... Well, actually, where are they exactly? The little green sections you've bought.
Boils, I think. And then having the red claws and hooves and stuff was also very fun to paint. And then also giving him the teeth and the new style of eyes that I've been doing, which is Yggdrasil yellow and then like a orange sort of shade going over it. So, yeah, I really like this model. He was very, very fun to paint.
Looks very menacing, like you wouldn't want to take that on
very,
the field.
very big.
And then, obviously, this thing can heal not just himself, but also a group of Termagants.
He can heal... I believe he can heal himself and the Termagants by D3 plus 3.
Right.
So, yeah, he's very, very useful, and I just like him. He's definitely my chunkiest unit. I sort of get... That's it. He gives his Termagants lethal hits as well if they're within 6 inches of him. So, very useful unit, I would say.
Definitely really menacing. I do like what you've done then. I like every single, like, in his rib cage between him and the actual sack underneath as well. You know, you've gone into every nook and cranny there.
So...
Bone to flesh.
Definitely my tallest? Or is that the winged...
I think that's the winged... high tyrant.
Yeah, I think the wing... This thing's definitely, like, the chunkiest, but the winged hive tyrant, I think, is the tallest and the widest, mainly because of those wings.
Yeah, well, the wings are definitely what make that the widest one. But no, I think that's really good. I think I like the detail on it, and I like the basic because you put another log down there as well, and the skull and loads of other bits of detail.
Yeah, so that's obviously all my units done then.
Yes, so... We are working on other models.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about them just yet. You know, hopefully we'll get some more out there soon for you guys to look at. Please let us know what your thoughts are on this stuff. You know, any feedback or anything you think we could do to maybe, I don't know, make them look better in any way, shape or form. But no, I think we've done all right.
Yeah.
And it's certainly been fun to use in the game. They've been very stressful games that we've had with these models so far. But no, really enjoyed it. Really enjoying the hobby. Considering we started this in the springish time.
Yeah.
I think we've come quite a far way. And we're also going to Cardiff very soon to learn more about the actual game side of things as well.
Yeah.
Pick up any more bits that we've missed out on, any other techniques.
Like Battle Shock and stuff like that.
And any more painting techniques and stuff like that. So, no, really happy with it. Can't wait to go to Cardiff to the Warhammer store there and learn more. And that's our update on the narrative of the 500 Worlds and our update on the models. So that's going to be it from me, Dewi, and my brother.
Oh,
I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.